Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's me, War Rabbit, and today we're going to be going over the new rules update for Warhammer 40k that was released by Games Workshop today. It mainly is just a bunch of FAQs for new codexes and attachments and stuff, and a couple rules changes. I'll go over that, but yeah, it's just a balanced data slate and the rules commentary and uniform field manual. So for the core rules, just like looks like a FAQ for this. It was where is it? It is right here. So it's just like if you're doing multiple attacks that are like, if you have, say, like a 3 damage attack with dev wounds and 2 damage attack with dev wounds, if you roll the 3 damage attack first, they get allocated first. So like if you're mortal, if there's a way that you want it set up on a model, that's how you do it, the way they were initially sequenced. If you come down to here, there's one thing about, where is it? About transports that got changed. If I can just find it here. It is, it got changed. It's just the way the a unit embarks with a friendly transport with a base. After a unit can embark after every model in that unit ends a normal advance or fallback move in 3. So I don't know if people were playing it that you could daisy chain and just have one model be in the entire unit can embark. But that, if that's the way you were playing it, you can't play it that way anymore. It has, every single model in that unit has to be within range of the transport to embark into it. So that's just a thing you got to be mindful of. I never played it that way. I haven't seen anyone play it that way, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that was just like a tournament staple. So this is a pretty big change if you're using the daisy chain to embark strat type of deal. So let's go over to the balanced data slate. So a little bit funny story on this one. It got released before it was supposed to come out. It was probably going to come out in the next week or two from my estimates. And this accidentally got updated on the Android Warhammer app, and people caught it immediately. And then it was unupdated. And GW had to bite the bullet, and they had to post it early. It sucks because I was going to try to make a wish list video, so I just lost the video, but who cares? Let's make the video about it now. So balanced data slate, nothing to the core rules really changed outside of those two things I said, the core rule commentary. Retributor squad, add 1 to the hit and wound roll if they destroyed 1 or more of your army's units. It's an addition. So yeah, if such an attack targets add 1 to the hit as well. So it's in addition. If we go to the current, I should have had Wikipedia pulled up beforehand. I'm never flying by the seat of my pants, as I always say. See if I spelled that. I'm pretty sure if they target something that attacked your model beforehand, it's just instead. So this is an addition. So that is a huge change. So now whenever you have retributors shooting their multi-meltas, they're getting add 1 to hit and wound if you destroy like a Arco-Flagellant squad, right? Yeah, pretty much everything here. You kill some of their chaff and the retributors pop out the rhino, or you kill the retributors rhino, right? They can just pop out and they get +1 to hit and wound. So now their multi-meltas, which we're normally hitting on 4s, get a hit on 3s and they're +1 to wound. So instead of wounding they're wounding all vehicles on 5s. It is a major change, and it's huge for this unit. I'm pretty sure they also got points reductions. Death's Custodes, they're fine, no changes. Add Mech is probably the biggest one. It's just massive buffs. I don't know the extent, but now you get this is Belisarius Call. On your command phase, select one of the abilities in mechanicals until the start of your next command phase. So you just, second your command phase starts, you can pick this thing at the start of your command phase, select 1 unit from your opponent's army to the start of your next command phase. He just gets the Oath of the Moment. You can reroll the hit roll. He just points at a guy and says, nope, that knight is now going to be targeted by my whole army, and we're going to take you down. The next one is Mantra of Discipline. This battle has the battle line keyword and has the following ability. Add 1 of the objective codes. Okay, so Call gets a special. I don't know how this works. So he just adds 1 to his objective control, but like it might be something to do with battle line as an army, as a faction. I don't know how this works. I got to look it up. Actually, let's take a look. Let's see what Call has beforehand. I know a little bit of Mech, but Call specifically I know nothing about because I never saw him taken. Bionic Courage. Binary Courage. Oh. This model has the battle. I don't. There's got to be a buff that you get for having the battle line keyword for Mech. So he gets a buff from that. Obviously, it's already changed. And you can just pick out, and whenever you're within 6 of call, you get that extra objective control. That's pretty huge. Is he lone op? No. So who can he join? He's not lone op. Ooh. Okay, no, he's within 3. I'm like, if he doesn't have lone op built in, that's going to be horrible. And then now he can give, he has a stealth aura. And it's not wholly within, so you can daisy chain that. So pretty much as long as you're within 6, your Skitarii and all that, they get -1 to hit. It's huge. His weapon got an additional attack and they're d6 damage, right? Solar atomizer. Ooh, watch out, babies. So okay, 1 second. I got a cat that's being bothersome. Whee! Okay, sorry about that. And she's back. So 3 attacks instead of d3, which is huge, and then instead of just flat 3, it's now d6. So it's a little bit of a casino cannon, but it's a better, I guess it's slightly better casino cannon. Onager Dunecrawler, his eradication beam got a buff, so now it's 3d3 attacks and a strength 10. Strength 10 is really huge. I wonder what it was before. I actually like these guys because I have a Dark Mechanicus conversion that I want to try out on them. Yeah, so extra toughness and it's 3d3, so you're getting basically a flat one more attack on each of these whenever you roll. Everything else, sorry, I gotta scroll, I gotta zoom in a bit. Should have zoomed in a little more beforehand. You get twin linked on the Cognis for the Iron Striders, twin linked on the Cognis las cannons, and yeah, so 2 and 4, so now they're also twin linked. That's pretty good. So they got full rerolls to wound. They're going to see a points buff. The points cost increase. I don't see why they wouldn't. But yeah, this just makes the Iron Striders even better. And if they go up points, that's good for the faction because, well, you don't want your Iron Striders that are cost like $70 each to be, you know, only worth like 50 points. Scared Infiltrators, they get 1 more attack on their power weapon and they gain an AP on their taser goads. That's pretty good. They either lost an attack on that power weapon or gained 1. I doubt they lost 1. Because, to be brutally honest, Mech wasn't in the best spot. Let's see. Yep. They gained an attack on their power weapon, and they gained an AP. It's pretty huge. That just makes them a little better, you know? And they're such cool-looking models. It sucks they weren't super amazing. But yeah, this is a huge Mech change. Just completely reworked. Reworking Call is always nice. Giving him stealth. And just saying, oh, it's melt to 3 now. I didn't even see that. A little tiny thing. Call's solar atomizers also melt to 3, so if you're within 9, you get that d6 plus 3 basically that can go through ignore weapons. So that's pretty good. No changes to Eldar. Yeah. I wouldn't have any changes to them right now either. There's no reason for them to get buffed. Probably no nerfs. Black Templar's done. They just came out. It looks like they have a slight buff to Sangard. That is a slight buff to Sangard. And they're most likely going to be hitting Sanguinary Guard with a points increase because there is no way Sanguinary Guard are getting a slight buff. Yeah, there's no way that they're going to get a slight buff. What is going on with my OBS? Okay, so... Oh, shit. That's so frustrating because there's something wrong with my my OBS that it just keeps like freezing during the middle. I don't know what's the problem. And I'm not about to just record. If there's an issue, there's like a skipping, I'm just gonna post it, just call it a day, because this is like the 5th time I tried recording this video. So yeah, they're weapon skill 2 now, and they got 4 attacks. Huh? Why would you ever? Oh, okay, so they're AP3, and they're all weapon skill 2, so it's a slight buff. And Carbine Spheres might be better. But, you know, if you need that AP3, because AP2 is pretty good, especially in melee, because most things are going to be going on to their 4-up and roll anyway. Yeah, decent change to Sandguard. It's most likely going to be accompanied with stuff. Selective Gambit Attachment Rule. Legion of Excess. So now you can reroll the hit roll and the wound roll of 1. And he removes fight first. I don't know how good that is, but that's something. Chaos Knights. This is huge. Malefic Surge. It's 1 instead of both. So now you're not going to have super durable Chaos Knights. Playing for the Dark Gods, another huge change. Starts at the start of your command phase instead of whenever. Oh, shit. It starts at the start of your command phase instead of whenever. And my thing just keeps having issues there. So I'm like, okay. I have to figure that one out. I don't want my CPU so high either. But yeah, Knight Abominant going up. That is, from what I'm looking at, 1 or more models with this ability. So I think that means if you have 2 Knight Abominants in range of something with the Warp Storm ability, you can only use 1 of them to deal mortals if they're within 9. So you have to keep your Abominants separate. That's the way I'm reading it. I could be wrong. Maybe that's a buff. Most likely a nerf. But yeah, the command phase change for Claim for the Dark Gods is huge because you can lose your Knight and you just throw down Claim for the Dark Gods in your fight phase or whatever. And it's like, well, I have OC5 on this and you have OC5, so you don't actually take it. And that's like, okay, well, you just lost like what, 20 points from that? It's insane. 20 victory points. Nothing to change. Lionel Johnson, he's just getting buffs. You know, you can select 2 Primarch of the First Legion abilities, and this model has his abilities. So you just get to pick 2 instead of pick 1. Big change. I'm pretty sure he's pick 1. Boop. Dangles. Boop. Where are you, my friend? Lionel. I believe you're pick 1. I hope it's not pick 1. That's horrible. Select 1. They need to get rid of these pick 1s and just get 2 or 3, because that always makes things more fun. Deathwatch and Deathguard. Deathguard rules wise, they're fine. I think they were just a points issue. Deathwatch is fine. Drukhari, they don't really need anything. Their codex is coming. It just got leaked. I'm probably not going to cover it. Blissblade, Flawless Blades, looks like they gain an extra attack. And Fulgrim can now has like baby super heavy walker. Probably should just let him go through walls and then just have him be battle shocked if he does. And he can take a battle shock chest. You know, it is what it is. Genestealer Cults, target 1. I don't know if these are nerfs or buffs. The stratagem, when until you can set up your unit on the battlefield using a cult ambush when doing so. So this one, horizontally. So that's a nerf because it used to be. Is that nerf? It's horizontally, more than 6 horizontally. Is it? I'm pretty sure Stealer. Because if it has to be horizontally and not vertically, that changes things, because that means you can't deploy on top of a ruin. Oh crap. Click the wrong button. That means you can't deploy on top of a ruin. So, boop. Downtrodden Rise. Which one is that? So yeah, Xenocreed, I'm pretty sure got a good buff. Oh, maybe not. Yep, or horizontally. That's more than... Okay, so hold on, that's a huge buff. Downtrodden Rise got a huge buff because it's 2 command points. Now you can just deep... Holy shit. It's a huge buff for Xenocreed. My god. They just get 6-inch deep strike now for 2 command points. That's huge. I've got a feeling that Biocentric Brood, that one used to be Evasive Vanguard. So that got buffed to 6-inch. No, hold up. You can set up that Cult Ambush marker. You can go up to 6 if that marker is still within 9. Okay, so that's just a flat move change. Huh. Is there no... Did they get rid of the target? Oh, they changed this. So this is just... you can put a cult ambush marker down, and whenever they're within 9, you can just move it. That's huge. Ooh, Host of Ascension got hit hard with that 2 CP change. Change when and to target to when and to target. So, oh my gosh, what is up with this? Okay, well that's fine. So yeah, that just means it got a slight change there. So I'm pretty sure that might have been any time, not so that got hit pretty hard. And then Primus now, huge nerf to the Primus. Instead of 4 rolls to hit, it's add 1 to the hit roll. Huge change. Grey Knight's done. They just came in. Sucks Imperial Agents didn't get anything. Is what it is. Imperial Knights, this is changes to the Valor Strike because Valor Strike was looking nuts. Each time an Imperial Knight army from your army advances. That's a detachment rule. So I'm pretty sure that was advanced in charge in the codex. I'm not too sure because I haven't actually seen. I've seen the reviews of the codex. I haven't actually had the chance to play with the codex or look at it in person. One Imperial Knights unit from your army that has not been selected to move. That's definitely a change. I don't know how exactly that words out, but that doesn't really feel like a change. It kind of feels like, yeah, shoot. Okay, so you can't move or shoot before getting Vow Retribution or Full Tilt. I don't really know that's a sequencing issue, and it's most likely a change from the wording. Leagues of Untamed, they just came out. Adding 2 within 6. It's not wholly with 6, so you can daisy chain your Necrons. So if you have like a massive warrior brick, you can add 2 inches to move if you pick the Bringer of Unity. Actually, no, it's not even a pick, you just get. And this is, hold up, let's go to Necrons. I don't know the exact, because like, I know the Silent King's just a big beat stick that does whatever the hell he wants. I just don't know the exact abilities he has off the top of my head. It's just like, okay, so they changed this Relentless March from something. Come on, load. Boop. Oh my gosh, you had water on you. You had a big drink. Oh, kitty cat. Where are you, Silent King? Boop, 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 boop. Where is it? Oh. Huh. I don't know how that works. I don't know if it's most likely a buff because you want to add 2 inches to move's huge, especially for the slow army. So here is probably the biggest changes to Dataslate. Ghaz can now join boys and knobs. Okay, that isn't no, it's not crazy. Battle wagons now can transport Ghazghkull Ulrich Thraka for 4 models instead of 15, and there's no hard case restriction. I don't see it. It's not in there. I'm pretty sure that means there's no more hard case restriction. That means you could put a hard case battle wagon with Ghaz in there with 18 other boys. So yeah. Let's go to knobs. How many knobs are in a unit? Because you can just throw knobs in there, right? Let's take a look. So yeah, Ghaz is going to be huge. You can get speed freaks. Killicans get Hammer of Wrath. Hunter Killrig can now actually hunt monsters. 1 or more models give this weapon roll 1d6 to which profile. Okay, so looks like you can just speed roll the bubble checker. Instead of each individual, you just roll 1d6. Your entire unit gets that. So that's a big change if you're doing stuff. Oh, okay, and then you can this is in addition to their commando rule, so the commandos also can squad out. Let's see, you can get 9 knobs, you can get 10 knobs plus him, and then you still have some space. So you could put a unit of 10 mobs in there, Ghaz, and then some mega armor boys, some mega knobs in there. So you can fit a lot in a battle wagon now. I don't know how it's gonna work out. So you could put, because I'm pretty sure let's go to the battle wagon, right? So This is what I mean, though, right? Because there's this huge restriction right here, right? It says 15 space can only embark this model if it's not. So there's no more, but can only embark if it doesn't have a hard case. So the hard case adds 2 to the toughness, but no firing deck. It's firing deck 11, so I don't know how useful that's going to be, but you could put some tank bustas, because I don't think tank bustas got where they go. It's like the smash it gets. Yeah, the breakup boys. Because they can drop it. They I don't think they are they mega armor. Did they have that? No, yeah. So you can throw 6 breakup boys in a unit. Oh, holy shit. If a character unit from your army with a leader ability can be attached to a boys unit, it can be attached to this unit. Well, guess who can jump into boys now? I didn't even think about that. You can put Ghaz in a squad of breakers. I don't know how good that'd be, you know? You can get advance and charge. Oh no, you can get reroll charges on Ghaz. Hold up. Can Ghaz get that in already? What does Ghaz do? Oh my god. So you can get breakup boys with 5+ crits with lethals, because he's within that. Come on, load faster. And you could throw them all in a battle wagon. That's insane. And then saw blades on the hunter killer got an extra AP. So yeah, that's pretty big. Oh my god. 100, holy shit. Yeah, well, if I was an orc player, I'd be happy because Ghazghkull can now join pretty much everything. Space Marines, no changes. Space Wolves, no changes. They just came out. Huge change to the Riptide. I'll go over it more when I get into the actual Tau stuff. But yeah, huge change to Riptide. It's going to strength 10 at base on overcharge. It means that he can wound we have a lot of ways to get +1 strength on our guns. So now you're at toughness 11, strength 11. So you can actually wound the Questoris class knights on 4s. Thousand Suns, this is a huge. Thousand Suns got taken behind the barn. Basically this just makes it, if you try to attempt a ritual for your army rule, it can't be attempted anymore. So if you fail it, you can't reattempt it, but Grand Coven lets you do it. Yeah, so Grand Coven, they let you re-roll or whatever. So you're gonna need there's no reason to take any other ones, and now you can do Incandium, you can do Dumble Doombolt, still. It's still good. And then they made it so that you can add one more one to hit, as long as it's just add 1 to hit sorcerer armor. I saw some lists, like the last, when I did my last weekly, we had a big break of sorcerer and Terminator armor with Genestealer Cults. They're pretty good. But yeah, so that's all of it. Let's see, hold up. There's Tyranids, nothing to Tyranids. No minor changes. World Eaters, they get Exalted 8-bound, get a better Doom guy. So when they target vehicles and monsters, improve the damage by 1. So they got a little bit of buff. They changed it. And then Strength 10 on the Slaughterbound. He needs it. Strength 10 is such a huge breakpoint right now. It's insane. So now we're going to points changes. So you remember how I said Retributors got better? They're down 10 points too. So St. Celestine's down 10. She might be decent now. Astrid Thor, I don't know what the hell they do. It's minus 15 points. It's probably nothing. A Magifier, I'm pretty sure Magifier is being taken. Because I'm pretty sure this one's the one that helps with the Celestine detachment, right? Oh no, this is the one. Yeah, so she's she gives 2-up saves and stuff, and she can double up, and she can reroll Miracle dice. So she's important. Going down 10 points is huge. Celestine's just good. She's just going to be a good beat stick, I guess. And then Astrid Thurger, and I don't know if that's a huge change, minus going down to 70. I guess they're okay. Custodies, big change. Saving some on the 5-mans. The 5-mans going down to 200 is good. You just want more custodians. Same with the shield captain. So the custodian guard with the shield captain is going to go down. Prosecutors and vigilators go down. So they got cheaper chaff. And land raiders are down 20 points because it seems that all land raiders are just going down 20 points from what I saw. Call going up 40 points. Who would have thunk? He just got a huge buff. Iron Striders going up 15 for the 3-man when you take 9 of them. I don't really care about that. I know it's kind of like, oh, they just got the massive buff when twin linked, but I don't. It's criminal that Iron Strider Ballistari are like $70 for one of these guys. So it's like every single one of these kits is like to get the 9-man. And sometimes you'll do Iron Strider Ballistari, and then you do the shooty ones. No, then you do the one that's like the chargy one with the pokey stick. So yeah, this is like 6 of these guys, 9 of these guys is over $600 type of deal. It's almost $500. It's almost $800 type of deal. So yeah, that's insane. My math's probably wrong. Asherman going down codex $1. I don't think anyone takes them. Avatar King, nobody takes this that I've seen. Corsair Void Reavers going down for the 10-man, but going up in the 5. The 5's taken in triplicate. I don't see 10-mans. Okay. Dire Ventures, I haven't seen them. Swooping Hawks going down for the 10-man. I've never seen anyone take a 10-man recently. Maybe that's just some like hidden meta we haven't thought about, or maybe there is a ton. I just haven't seen the models, but like from the armies that I've been seeing, 10-man Swooping Hawks are not the play. Wraith Blades, okay. They're just the Wraith construct guys. They're going down. They're not even the Wraith guard. They're not the shooty ones or the melee ones. So it's like, okay, for a 5-man, I don't really care too much. No points increases on like fire dragons or anything like that. So you're probably like none outside of the Void Reavers. Nothing really changed. You'll probably lose 15 points. So you might just drop an enhancement, but they aren't even taking enhancements. They're just taking all the Phoenix Lords and their stuff, and they're grabbing a Wave Serpent and a Falcon and calling it a day. So, you know, it's just going to they just got nerfed slightly. Gaunt's Ghost. So, all of the Beyblades went down like 30 points. Thanks, GW. Uh-oh. Yeah, all the Beyblades went down 30 points. Thanks, GW. My thing froze again. I got to figure out what's going on there. But Combat Engineers back down 10. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Now I can do my bomb trucks more efficiently. That's funny. I can throw on a Krieg Combat Engineer with the Torox and throw in Cyclops and just do some mortals. Gaunt's Ghost down 10's huge. Rogel Dorns and Rogel Dorn tank commanders are basically like the standard for this faction. So those going up in points, well, because like Gaunt's Ghost and Lord Solar Leontis are kind of like the combo you're looking for. You take them together so you get the order. Gaunt's Ghost is just really good because he's got all that shenanigans for doing what you need him to do, and they got a little bit of shooting. It doesn't really matter too much. But yeah, the Rogel Dorn's getting hit. That's pretty big because you normally take 4 of them in a list type of deal. Like, oh, hopefully this works. I don't know about guard. Kind of a light touch. They could probably drop Bane Blades down to 400 points and people still wouldn't take them. I don't think a Bane Blade is better than a Knight at the moment. Same thing with like the Storm Surges. Like the fact that this guy is 465 points, the Storm 100. Like if I was a guard super heavy, I'd be crying. Again, no changes. I think Black Templars are going to be really good. I think they're top, probably A tier. Like I said, nerfs to Sanguinary Guard. They just got sight buffs, so I can see it. And Blood Angels are quite good at the moment. So especially with Sanguinary Guard. Index Demons, they want you to take some Slaneshi Demons, I guess. I don't know what these do, but you know, 30. If you can drop 30 points on Fiends and no one's talking about it, they're probably worthless. And it's going to be someone like, oh no, actually Fiends are like the best thing in the unit. No changes to Chaos Knights. They already got their nerfs. The reason there's changes, there's going to be some Chaos Space Marines, Abaddon going down, Chaos Light going down, Venom Crawler going down, Dark Commune going up. Dark Commune gets taken a lot, Abaddon barely. So now I guess the Chosen breaks with Abaddon are going to be pretty cool. No change to the attachments. Dark Angels, Raven Shroud. I've never seen anyone take it. So minus 10 points. I don't care. This is the big one. The 10-man. So this is Index Death Watch. The standard Mark Hurdle list went down in points by probably like 80 points. So the reason why they're dropping the 10-man on the Death Watch veterans is because they are losing, I believe they're losing some Thunderhammers. Oh my God. I believe they're losing some Thunderhammers. So that's going down. I don't see anyone take Talon Strike or Spectrus or Fortis. They all take Indomitor. And that is effectively, they take 3 units of 10 Indomitor teams. That's 60 points. And they take some Death Watch vets. That's cheaper. And they take a watch. They take 1 Watchmaster, a Captain, and Gravis. and a Genestealer and some Terminators, and that's kind of their fire base. So this is going to be big changes for them. Jakari, their codex just got leaked. 15 points on Chronos, doesn't matter. Jakari, really good spot right now, especially with the new codex coming out. Like I said, all land raiders going down 20 points. Keeper secrets went down. Seekers went down. No one's going to take these. Fulgrim went down, and Lord Cacophonus went up. Lord Cacophonus is a kind of like an auto include from what I've seen. Fulgrim's barely used, making him 340 points. He's the same points cost as a knight. I'm not super excited about him, but you know, he's maybe Angron soon, so, or Angron or Magnus, so we're getting there. Genestealer Cults, 10. Everyone takes 5-man pure strain. Taking the 10-man's pretty nice. There's some changes the way they work. They're still pretty good. Abominant, I haven't seen anyone really take him. Achilles Ridge Runners make sense. They're taking singles and they take them in 3. And like this is like these guys, the Adelan Jackals and the Achilles Ridge Runners, they are literally like the core of your fire base in your what was it? It's the Host of Ascension. Primus is losing points because he got a massive nerf. So yeah, he could probably go down 20 points and he still wouldn't be as good as he was before, because he used to get full rerolls to hit. Now he only gives +1 to hit, so it's a huge nerf. Hybrid Metamorphs, they are really good in Xenocreed, and this week, over the weekend, from when I'm recording this, from the last weekend, they had a Xenocreed. Oh my gosh, they had a Xenocreed list that that did really well, that won top the tournament. It was a smaller tournament, but it wasn't like Nova or anything like that, but it's a decent sized tournament. So that list is gone. He took 3 bricks of 10, so that's 60 points. But his Adelans, he took 2 units of Adelans that went up 20. So basically all the points that he gained, right? He took a Primus. All those points got changed. Land Raiders, so he's basically the same list is fine. His list hasn't been touched. Hybrid Metamorphs with the Primus and Xenocreed are pretty good. So with the Benefactus, whatever the hell it's called, the Biophagus or the Benefactus. Where is it? The Benefactus, the guy that gives lethal hits. Yeah, it seems they just changed the points cost of all Land Raiders. Death Watch and Watchmaster went down. I think there's an errata for Imperial Agents where they removed that some of the Inquisitors can't lead Death Watch kill teams anymore. I don't know what that was for. Maybe there's like a thing for the codex. I mean the new stuff. Sorry, I was throwing my kitty off my. What is this? Okay, I really don't know what's wrong with my computer. It's like OBS just keeps crashing. I'm gonna try to refresh it again. Imperial Knights, these are all changes from the codex. Who would have thunk? These are just the way I think these are going to be the points cost for them. The codex releases, they got some nerfs here. They're really hitting Quest Wars companions hard because well, it's +10. These are like 5. These are literally like 5 fucking points. Like what do these points cost? That's ridiculous. Yeah, it looks like these are all just matched like the Chaos Knights stuff. I'm pretty sure the Defender is going to probably be it was the Warden or the Defender. I think it was the Defender. Is going to be pretty fun. He's like a walking bulwark that can like stop you from shooting. Truck Praetorians went down. I don't really see people take them, but you know, that's good for Necrons. Silent King went down as well. He got a slight buff and he's worth less now, so you get 20 extra points to mess around with. Orks, yeah, Meganoms went down. Warboss and Megan Armor went down. Warbikers went down, which is huge for Speed Freaks. Warzog Scribe Bag went down. Flash Kits went down for the 10 bricks, so that's even better for you. Snickrot went down. I'm pretty sure he's the one that makes the super grots for your objective holding. Big Mechs went down, and the Beast Boss. So Ludus as well. So basically a lot of the changes that happened due to the nerfs to Orks kind of I think they either got reverted or they got changed to a smaller number because Orks got hit hard for no reason. Space Marines, this makes sense. Assault Intercessors, Ballistas, and Blade Guard all are taking a lot. And like Assault 10-man, it's not even the 5-mans because most people take the 5-man for the Assault Intercessors. 10-man is more like a Blood Angels type of deal. So I definitely see that. Ballistas, if you take 3 of them, they're really good. They can probably be 160. Blade Guard, 6-man is taking everything. Aggressors kind of fell off and they're just really expensive. Land Raiders going down because all the Land Raiders got their points cost reduction, and the Gladiator Valiant went down. I'm pretty sure that's the one with the double melted talons, or whatever the hell they're called, like the really short range anti-tank shot instead of the Lancer, that just the big shooty boy. No one takes the Valiant. That's why it went down in points. Redemptor went back down in points. I think it got a points cost because people used to take him a triplicate in like the walking punchy list. Not anymore. Gilliman got hit again. You know, they just don't like Ultramarines is what it is. Space Wolves, some minor changes. Yeah. Thunderwolf Wolf Jail was kind of boring. It's just really hard to deal with 18 Thunderwolf cavalry with like Wolfen running up at your face. And then the Blood Claws. Yeah, I haven't actually seen like a competitive Space Wolf list too much, so 20-man Blood Claws probably get buffed up really well in most of their stuff. Ragnar Blackbane, I'm pretty sure he can probably join. I have to look at the codex more. I haven't really seen too much, but I just know the Thunderwolf Cavalry and Archak Rockfist are kind of insane. Tau, this is the one thing that I'm happy the changes happened, but like they don't fix any of the issues that Tau have. They just made us cheaper. Like all they did was like the 3 models is now just what it was at the start of the codex when it was 270 points instead of 300. And then they dropped these by 10 and 10 and 30. It's like, oh, 30 models are so much cheaper. Well, the thing is, broadsides are good. I don't mind broadsides going down in points. I'm happy about that. It still sucks because broadsides are like $60, but you know, I could take more. And then you go to Fire Knives. Well, Fire Knives are 120 points. 2 broadsides, right, have more firepower than the entirety of a Fire Knife squad. So you got to add in a commander. So now, for 30 points less, you get effectively 8 less shots. You get the same amount of shooting, but like a couple of them are from. You get everything the Fire Knives have without the well, like if you put an enforcer in, well, broadsides have 2-up save, they got an extra toughness, and it's just Fire Knives just aren't good. They're just not. I don't like them. Being like they're only 10 points more expensive now than the Star Scythes, and Star Scythes are there's a reason why Star Scythes weren't reduced in points cost, because if they dropped them 10 points as well, Star Scythes are actually good. They're actually the one crisis scene that I actually like right now. Sunforge are just good at killing things. Farsight dropped 10 points. I like it. The fact that he's cheaper than a Cold Star, even though he's in a Cold Star, is kind of funny. Can you shush? Can you out of the way, kitty? Oh my gosh. What is this pudge? Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Yes, Farsight, he's good. I like him. He's the only commander that actually has reduced, like he's got that captain aura, and he's got Way of the Short Blade. So his crisis teams are actually decent at melee, and he gets +1 to wound, if I remember correctly, to his Star Scythes. And so that's why putting him in a Star Scythe squad is actually really good, especially in experimental. That's why putting him in a Star Scythe is really good, especially in experimental weapon cadre. He does a lot of damage. Obviously, deep striking him 6 inches away with deep striking him 6 inches away with the flamer is pretty good because you get that +1 to wound. Sunforge going down in points, yeah, 150. Comparing Sunforge to like other Melta wielders, like Sunforge and Retributors are probably the weakest Melta in the Melta unit caddies in the game. Like I'd say that the leader Melta, like the actual premier Melta unit, would be Fire Dragons. So just trying to average them out against Fire Dragons was the point. But yeah, again, I don't like lowering points of Crisis Suits. I think Crisis Suits probably should have gone up in points and just given us an extra weapon hard point, so you can take 3 flamers, 3 plasma rifles, stuff like that. And even if you give them 3, all you're doing is just making the missile pod better. The plasma rifle Fire Knives are worthless. Do not take them. Firesight team, 60 points is good if you could actually take any of the enhancements that are worthwhile. Like if I could take a Firesight team, because he has Marker Light built in, right? And I could take 3 Unity Devastation on them and actually use it because it has a leader restriction. So if I don't have to actually pay the tax to put 40, like if I could pay 100 points for a Firesight team to give lethal hits to my army or give sustained hits to my army on a single model every turn from a Firesight you can't shoot, like I can protect them and I can just keep handing that out every turn. Of course I'm going to pay that. I'll pay 100 points, but it still has that restriction. They didn't remove it, so this is not worth 40 points. I would never recommend taking coordinated exploitation or through unity devastation. It just does not work, and it's almost impossible to keep the HQ unit because everyone's going to know, oh, he's got an ethereal with a breacher team or with a strike team hiding in the back, spotting through a ruin. I'm going to kill that thing. Like, there's no way they're letting that unit live more than 2 turns. Letting that model live more than 2 turns because it's just so important to kill them. Probably the next thing, I don't like that they kept Shadow Sun 100 points. Shadow Sun is not worth 100 points. Like, yeah, she gives a reroll 1 aura. That reroll 1 aura is worth only 90. Like, she does not need to be 100 points. Like, she has a hyper conditional regain of CP, and she's effectively just a stealth team, right? In an aura for 1, and it's like, okay, yeah, it's fine. You got to be within 6. You can keep her in the back line with your new Riptide. You know, having your own range of 3 Riptides, giving full rerolls to 1. You don't need to take the stealth team. It's nice because effectively you can have infinite stealth team, but you don't get the reroll 1s to wound that stealth teams give. So she's kind of just backup, and she doesn't do anything other than reroll 1s. Like, she has like 1 Melta. You know, she's okay. Like, her damage is okay. It's just not worth it. It's just, I don't know. Yeah, I just don't know about her. What is going on with my computer? I just don't know about her. It's weird. Thousand Suns, they got hit pretty hard. Yeah, I don't know why. If you're running Scarab Cult Terminators instead of, Magnus went up 15. Why did they just slam Thousand Suns? Like, all the average-ish armies just got deleted. Like, Thousand Suns was good. Like, don't get me wrong, they're really good right now. They're probably one of the top tier armies, but they just got hammered. They literally just got hammered. Why? Rupert, like, okay, they were like a top tier army, and then they just got slaughtered. Everything you take in a competitive Thousand Suns list just got nuked from orbit, right? It just got nuked from orbit. I don't know. Like, Infernal Masters, they're the ones you threw in your Rubrikai, and they did things. Magnus was just really good. Mutal Vortex Beasts were the long range shooting while giving some like additional buffs. Rubrikai were your front line, you know, and then your Zangors and your Zangor Lightning with great bows, they were the guys that were just doing random crap, and they just got deleted. And then like Eldritch Vortex was off. If they didn't nerf Eldritch Vortex, right, I think that would have been okay, because you just put it on your because like people were using Demon Prince with the Demon Prince with that to try to simulate a Mutal Vortex Beast, and it worked. And now it's like, okay, I don't know. I pour one out for Thousand Suns. They're dusting out, I guess. Genestealers went down. It's good for Tyranids. Turvagon went down. Good for Tyranids. So this is just some minor changes. No one's taking a Ball Walk. I'm sorry. Nerlick, they're going down. That's okay. I'm pretty sure he's still okay. World Leaders, yeah. Chaos Spawns went up. Who would have thought? They're taking a triplicate. I could have sworn it was like 1 or 2 man. I guess it's only 2 man. World Leaders went down. Chaos Spawn went up. They take him in triplicate. Who would have known? Fortunes went up. They take him in triplicate. Who would have thunk? Karn the Betrayer, he's in every list. 8 bound, rarely get taken. And holy shit, 40 points on Exalted. The fact that you can drop 8 bound, 30 and 40 points, and I'm not like, dang, that's a huge drop, is insane. It's like, oh no, my mind didn't immediately think, hey, here are these super world beaters. They're like, oh no, 8 bound just suck right now. Chaos Terminators, no one takes them. They're not going to take them. If your Terminator brick doesn't have -1 to wound on it, no one's going to take it. Angron going down and the Land Raider going down. So it looks like pretty much everything, the Forge Fiend, Karn, and Chaos Spawn, those are the 3 main that get taken in every World Leaders list. They are the backbones of pretty much every list, and they got nerfed. I think Angron gets taken in some. I think he's just good, so he might make that points drop, might make up for the Karn loss. But other than that, yeah, I think World Leaders are going to be they got hit a lot less hard than Thousand Suns. I'll tell you that much, because you just take Berserker Warband, you throw a Berserker Glaive, or what I think you throw Favorite of Corn on a Demon Prince, Berserker Glaive on like a Master of Executions or something. and you just go to town. The 8-bound, you just throw out as many berserkers and you just run them with the board. But other than that, yeah, it looks like the point changes are pretty good. Most factions got some decent changes, and then they just took Thousand Suns out and shot them. I don't know why they did that. 30 points. Hold up, 30 points on that. My God. Normally, I've seen them take 18 of these guys, right? You'll take 18 of these Fey Craster Great Bows, and they went up 30. Oh my! I'm not. I can't even look. I can't even look. Space Wolves, yeah, they got hit. They're pretty good. Like all the factions that were okay after Death, like I thought there was going to be some like minor changes after Deathguard and Knights got nerfed, but like, my God, dude, they just like, and they didn't touch Eldar, like at all. Like they just nerfed Corsairs. They hit, they like this was like the nerfs to like the Achilles Ridge Runner and the Atlan Jackal and the Primus is huge for Genestealer Cults, especially with the changes to Host of Ascension. And like Eldar just have not been touched at all. Like Drukhari are still really good, and they're getting their codex soon, so there's probably getting some major nerfs there. Space Marines and Robuta Gilliman getting hit was bad. Knights haven't really, outside of some like stratagem changes, haven't really been touched. But yeah, they even hit blood angels, right? Because there's two types of blood angels list. There's like the Sanguinary Guard list or the full death company rush, and they just hit the Sanguinary Guard. Looks like they got a bunch of changes, but it's like they only got like 3 changes and then some nerfs, so it is what it is. Yeah, I don't even see, like I've only seen 5-man swooping hawk squads. I have never seen 10-man. So like what like I do not know why they didn't hit Eldar. They hit every other somewhat above average army except for Eldar, and I don't know why. Maybe I'm missing something, but like they didn't even touch like fire dragons. Like that fire dragon wave serpent brick that just, you can't kill the fire dragons pretty much ever, is just insane. It's not even like it's good. It's just, I think it's bad. It's just indirect shooting. You know, it's like shooting 10 meltas with indirect, and it doesn't get the indirect penalty. So it's like, okay, but that's just some baby rage rather than actual good stuff. But yeah, I think Eldar are in a good spot, and I think having no changes except for like a minor change to Corsairs is okay. Because now you might take a 10-man and a 5-man, and it'll be like the same points cost as taking three 5-man. So I'm not too sure how that's gonna end up for them. But yeah, none of their good lists, like none of the good Warhost lists got hit. So, and then the ad mech is probably going to see some more play, but they didn't really get any. They got some major damage increases, but they got some points increases with it. I think that's everything, though. I think everything's in a good spot. Nothing really, like no massive changes outside of Thousand Suns. Everything else seems pretty much okay, right? Like nothing else really got hit as hard as Thousand Suns. Like Thousand Suns got nuked from orbit. I don't know why they did that. And I think Tower, you're going to see a resurgence of Red Cadre, and that's about it. Orks and Thousand Suns were the biggest changes in my opinion. I think the Ghaz change is huge, because it's just huge in my opinion, because you can throw Ghaz into tank bustas. I'm sorry, into breaker boys. So yeah, I think we're doing good. I think that's all for today. A little bit of a surprise for me, because I wasn't expecting to make this video for another 2 weeks, but hey, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, thank you all very much for watching. I really do appreciate it if you made it this far. If you hit that like button, helps me out a lot. If you want to see more of my content, I try to get at least 2 videos out a week, and this week I got a little more. But yeah, if you hit the subscribe button, you get all that. I also stream multiple days a week, and I post my stream schedule every Sunday on my X account and my YouTube community. So if you hit that subscribe button, you'll get notified, at least in your feed, unless you hit the bell button on when I go live. It's mainly just gaming content, but if you have any like questions or you want to talk about 40K, just throw it in the comment section. I'll talk to you about it. Yeah, I think we're good. If maybe I missed something, maybe there's I was a complete wrong direction in some of these changes, but yeah, I think these are going to be really good changes for the future. I'm excited for the new meta, because we were already starting to see some shaped up, and then the guys that were the meta that was coming out after the Deathguard nerfs got smacked. So we're gonna go back to the drawing board on that. So it's a new Wild West out here. So I can't wait to see more of it. As always, thank you all very much for watching. Have a great rest of your day.